So we just wanted to share some facts about our student mobility. So we send students to 6 continents. So we've only one continent to figure out yet in terms of electives, and that's Antarctica. And Dave and myself are actively working on that. We have sent students to 25 different countries, 82 elective sites, 22 United States of America states. And I mention that because the United States is an important training opportunity for our international students, with many students wanting to go there when they finish with us in Galway. And we have supported 156 students to make that mobility jump and spend 4 weeks in an international destination. So you would have all of this to look forward to if you joined us here in Galway. And very quickly, I'll talk a little bit about our student support. I do have a video, but I think we'll save that for another day. Suno, you might share this slide deck with the students, would you? And they can view the video in their own time. So what does it look like to be an international student in the University of Galway? So we've run through the programme. We've given you an idea of what the curriculum is like for years 1 to year 3. We've also introduced you to year 4 and year 5 and the specialties that you would undertake during those years. There are some other parts of the medical education pathway that we wanted to share with you as well today. And an infographic is a really great way to give you an idea of the different opportunities and initiatives that you can undertake as you progress through your programme. So you'll see in the first 3 years, we encourage students to get involved in observerships, in volunteering. And this is where you would also complete the summer research programme that I spoke about a moment ago. In year 4, you get to undertake your away electives, so the international electives, but also the summer electives in the summer of year 4 before you return for your final medical year. If you're interested in progressing your medical career in the United States, you would start to take board exams here. And these are called the USMLEs, which are step 1 and step 2. So you take those in year 4, and then in year 5, if you're interested in applying to residency in the United States of America, you would do that in the first half of year 5. You also get to do your away electives in year 5. So there's lots of opportunities to travel and work internationally as part of your medical education. After year 5, students typically have 3 main options. One is to stay in Ireland, and this is an option we hope you would all consider very strongly. Stay in Ireland and complete your HSE, so the Health Service Executive intern year in Ireland. That means you will get your registration with the Irish Medical Council, and this allows you to practice medicine across the world, which will be subject to some local country requirements. But the Irish medical degree travels very, very well and is recognised the world over. So there will be no issues with transference of your medical degree. Some students like to go on and do a master's or a postgraduate programme, maybe in surgery or simulation. Some students like to take a year out and they might work in industry. So they might work in one of the big multinationals based here in Galway, doing research or actively working in their organisations. And the third option is to pursue international residency. And this is when I talk about the USA, returning home to Korea, the United Kingdom, Australia. All of these are open to students here at the University of Galway. We have a very strong, dedicated staff in the school with expert knowledge on supporting medical students with their career planning. We have a strong supportive network of current students and staff, which is really, really important. I mentioned at the beginning, we do have some students from Korea, but we also have students from 52 different countries. So the network is strong and medical students are so supportive and helpful to each other. So you will meet friends on this programme that will be your friends for life. We talk a little bit about the residency. So the residency for Ireland, the UK, America, Australia, wherever that might be. And we start to prepare you for that in year 3. We have the clinical activist support, which myself and Dave do. We have residency application support. So applying for the HSE internship, applying to residency in the United States. We help and support you with all of that. Very quickly, it's a very important question, especially if you're planning financially with your family in terms of how you might manage your finances here in Galway. We advise students that it will cost about 10 to 12,000 euro for the academic year to live here in Galway. And there's a little breakdown on the screen, which will give you an indicator of how much of that is per kind of your accommodation, for daily living, for bills, electricity, phones and stuff. And there's a link to a guide which will explain all of that in more detail. You can work while you're studying. So some students in the early years of medicine like to subsidize their studies by engaging in casual or part-time employment. And you can do this for up to 20 hours per week. And there's lots of employment based here in Galway. So you could work in hospitality, in retail, you could work in the university as a teaching assistant or tutorials. So there's lots of opportunity to engage in part-time employment, and you can add on an extra 20 hours to that during the vacation periods if you decide to stay in Ireland. And that'll just help with daily living. Maybe you want to return home at Christmas or, you know, after the summer. You can work and earn some money to help organise that. Accommodation, we do have a university accommodation advisory service, and you can see the links here on the bottom of the screen. We have 3 on-campus residences which are listed, but I'd advise you to have a look at the website and familiarise yourself with the different options. Also register with StudentPad, which is the image here on the middle of the screen. This is where you can register your interest for any accommodation types that are of interest to you.